there's an extreme individualism has taken an extreme form. It's turned into a monster. The big word I just used is individualism. You know what individualism is? You're only worried about who? Yourself. You're only worried about yourself. The expression we use in our language is looking out for number one. You ever heard that before? Right? All you're concerned about is yourself. Now, in a capitalist society, that's expected, because the pursuit of happiness means your happiness. Right? The pursuit of opportunity means opportunities for yourself. And the open market means you go make what you can. In other words, you're looking out for yourself. But that's in the marketplace. Now, what I'm saying is from the marketplace, that attitude has left the marketplace and entered into our homes. Entered into the psyche of the human being, where we've become insanely self-centered. So much so, and we're not even talking about Islamic standard, we're talking about from an American point of view. In older societies across the world, taking care of your family was important, taking care of your neighborhood was important, taking care of your culture was important, taking care of, if you're walking down, there's trash on the street, even if you're not Muslim, you say, I should take care of my neighborhood, and you pick up the thing and you put it in the trash. Because you're worried about more than yourself. And especially the strongest sense of bond people felt was the bond of family. But in our times, individualism is at an extreme. So extreme that a person, and even if they're Muslim this happens, a person is so obsessed with themselves that they don't care about anybody else, not even their parents, not even their siblings, not even their children, not even their husband or their wife, not even other Muslims. And just to give you a side clue why I'm talking about this individualism, a consequence of that is, one of these young boys in this audience here is regularly talking to a Muslim girl. Or worse, and that's a reality. I'm not going to spell it out for you, but one of you is. That's just a fact of life. But when you do, you say, I love her, man. I love her so much. You don't love her. You really don't. You couldn't care less for her. You think she's cute. That's all it is. You get a kick out of talking to her. You feel good about yourself. It's not about her, it's really about you. You're selfish. And if her parents find out the humiliation they will feel, and if you dump her for another girl, or she's embarrassed in the community, the things she goes through, you'll drop her like a bad habit because you don't care. All you care about is yourself. And she doesn't care about her own family and the pain she will cause them. And you don't care about your dignity. And you don't care about the fact that she's a Muslim and what you're doing is unacceptable to Allah. You don't care. You don't even care about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at this point. You become that individualistic. So these things have a manifestation of the way we think. And the way we don't care about consequences. When a person says, I don't care, man, bring it. I don't care what happens. You know where that attitude comes from? That attitude comes from, not I don't care about what happens. In addition, I don't care about what anybody else says or thinks or feels, including my own family. Individualism is at an extreme. And so much so, and we'll talk about the consequences of both of these things together. You know the extreme form of this? We're probably the craziest society when it comes to crimes related to sexual abuse, crimes related to child molestation. These kinds of crimes, they are the extreme of individualism. I don't even care what happens to this child. That's how disgusting society becomes. They don't care. They become nothing more than animals. You know, an animal, when it sees its prey, it doesn't care what is its children going to think. I'm going to eat the parent, what are the children going to think. It doesn't care. It's how many it's going to eat. It feels an urge it's going to fulfill. That's the extreme form of individualism is found in animals. That's where it's found. And today we're finding it in human beings. And that's a reality of our times. That is certainly a reality of our times. And that's certainly something that is influencing all of us to some extent. Maybe we're not the worst case of individualism, but to some extent it's impacted all of us. We are more selfish today than we were before. We are less concerned with family and community and society and deen than we were before. It's more about ourselves first. And you know, if you have Iman in your heart, Allah Azza wa Jalla gave us as a consequence of this Iman that you're not only concerned about yourself, who else are you concerned about? Others. And that ripple effect begins with your own family. So I'll start from a humanistic point of view. This actually happened in the case of the Prophet ﷺ. This man comes and he's got urges. You know, he says, I want to do the thing. I want to do something very bad. You know. And the Messenger of Allah ﷺ realized that when a person comes like that to the Messenger, don't you think it's embarrassing that he would bring it up to the Messenger? That I'm going to do this with a woman? It's humiliating, right? So the fact that he was able to step on his shame and still come to the Prophet ﷺ means this guy's got some Iman left. Some shame in him is left. So he came to the best counselor he could find which is Allah's Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What counsel is he giving? That's the counsel I want to give you. Look, if you're a young man sitting in this audience, and you have a relationship with a girl, you have a relationship with someone, and it's inappropriate, how acceptable is it to you that your sister should be in a relationship? How acceptable is it to you for someone to be staring at your mother, at your wife, at your daughter? It is unfathomable to us. It's not something we can imagine. It's not something we would tolerate. Well, the one you have a relationship with is somebody's daughter. She's somebody's sister. She's also going to be somebody's wife. She's also going to be somebody's mother. Show some respect. If you have respect for your family, it will be easy for you to have respect for somebody else's family. But if you don't have respect for your own family, it's easy. It's easy to not lower your eyes. It's easy to do whatever it is that you're doing. You know, it becomes easy. So you have to fight this individualism. You have to become respectful of your own family, and then you will find respect for others. And you know, beyond family, family is the bond of blood, isn't it? Family is what binds us together by blood. But there's a relationship Allah gave us that's even thicker than blood. What relationship is that? This deen. When we all share La ilaha illallah, when we all share Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this bond is thicker than blood. We are connected by something that is stronger than any other relationship. So when the other is a Muslim on top of that, you know, she's Muslim on top. You know, and I'm not saying it's okay with non-Muslims, don't get me wrong. The fact that you don't even have respect for the strongest of those bonds, and she's also someone who has to stand in front of Allah. And I have to stand in front of Allah. I should have respect for her. If she doesn't have respect for herself, at least I should still have respect for her. If I don't have respect for her, I have respect for her own father. I have that much. SubhanAllah. So, you know, guys come to me sometimes, you know, they're in relationships and things, and they say, Akhi, I know I want to break up with her, man, but I feel bad. She's going to feel bad. She's going to feel really sad. And the sisters, you know, too, there's this brother we've been talking, we're kind of in love, etc. I realize it's wrong. I want to break it up, but I don't want to break his heart. I don't know what's going to happen to him. Listen, let me tell you something. You're breaking his heart and at the same time saving his heart. You're saving his iman. When he's going to get over you, trust me. Trust me. He'll get over you. There'll be others. But what you are saving him from is the torment of losing his entire faith. That's what you're saving him from. SubhanAllah. Show some mercy to the other. Save their faith. Let them go. Let them go. Don't think you're doing an act of cruelty. That is an act of mercy. That's an act of mercy to him and his family. If you let her go, it's an act of mercy to her and her family. Her family is safe from torture and humiliation. That's what they're saying. SubhanAllah. Be merciful.